Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. And this is one for the 2017 film Life, starring Ryan Reynolds. You also have Jake Gyllenhaal. Really, Jake Gyllenhaal is the star. It's a sci-fi horror film from last year that was written by, I believe, the guys who did Deadpool and Deadpool 2. And even though I had inklings about the plot, I knew about the ending, I figured I would still give this a look. Mainly because there is a video store around here, believe it or not. It's called Family Video, and I went in just looking around, and they had movies for rent, two for $1. So this cost me 50 cents. That's fine. To check out a movie, give it a try, because I like creature feature movies. I like sci-fi horror films. I grew up on them. I mean, you see The Thing right there. You know, a poster right here, Leviathan. One of my favorite movies ever. And that is, quote, an alien ripoff. So I knew this was pretty much an alien ripoff. Just because it's that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. But watching it, it's just, in my opinion, a lame, subpar ripoff of Alien. That's really what it is. I mean, it says it's an hour and 40 some minutes, but there's like 10 minutes of end credits, so it's really like 90 minutes. The first half is just, and again, I understand a slow burn movie. Alien is a slow burn. The Shining is a slow burn. Leviathan, which I love, is a slow burn. But slow burn that could equal an explosion or fireworks, or a slow burn that sizzles and fizzles to a fucking fart. And this is the fart one, and a stinky one at that. It's a competently directed film. The acting's not the problem. I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I like Ryan Reynolds. The effects are not bad. I can't say it's a cheap looking film or it's a low budget looking film. It's not. Not the very beginning, but kind of in the beginning. Like after a minute or two, there's like this, I don't know, 5 to 7 minute one shot going through and around the space station, looking around all the characters to get the geography, and that was a competently done shot with direction and effects. But it's much ado about nothing, and it has a mean-spirited bullshit ending, and the characters are nothing. There's not much to say about them. The first 40 minutes is an introduction that we're in space and we're on a space station. Then that, like I said, 5 to 7 to 8 minute shot going through the space station where they capture this thing that's from Mars. They get some samples. There's a single cell life. They talk to some kids who are asking questions via Skype or whatever. Uh, it might it might not be Skype, but kids asking questions, they answer them. They're testing on it, or they're looking at it. The black guy fucks up, and he goes back in, and the thing's pissed off, and wraps around the guy's hand and breaks the guy's fingers until he's knocked out. Then Ryan Reynolds goes in, saves the guy. He gets locked in because the thing's on his leg. He tries to flamethrower it. Now, either he's a shitty shot or it doesn't do anything with fire. And then the thing goes in his mouth, kills him, and he's the first to die. And that's 40 minutes in. Maybe they were trying to do a psycho thing where you think Ryan Reynolds is going to be the lead, and oh, he's the first to die. Maybe they were trying to do that. Well, in this day and age, everything's going to be spoiled for you. Oh, you just spoiled it. Yeah, I know. I'll try to put spoilers in the tag, in the title. And after that, the creature just picks them off one by one. And this creature didn't do much for me. It's one of those things where when it kills, it'll fuck your mouth hole. Well, really, it's going down, I guess, eating your organs. And then each time it grows bigger and it has a little bit different shape. So sometimes it looks like a little squid. Sometimes it looks a little bit like a jellyfish with a head. Kind of looks like a mini version of those things in the abyss at times. Just not as colorful, but that kind of like a head and sort of whatever. And it's all CGI. I don't think there's a single practical effect of the creature. If there was, I didn't notice any. I just noticed it was all CG. It's not like horrible fucking Asylum CG. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it looks like a video game. No, but I don't like the design of the creature. Didn't do much for me. I know a lot of people liked it. To me, it's like a squid, jellyfish. And I know people don't ask, well, Matt, is it better than Alien Covenant or Harbinger Down? Sure, because this actually has a bit more of a budget compared to Harbinger Down, and at least the characters aren't as dumb as an Alien Covenant. But that's not saying much. It's just we don't get a lot of good creature features anymore, and that's sad. And this one had potential, but it just picks people up one by one, and it's really boring. It's not scary. It's not suspenseful. It's not creepy. I don't feel much atmosphere on the ship. The ship looks like any typical ship you've seen in 50 other sci-fi films. The creature's not scary looking. It's not creepy looking. I was never like, ooh, it's like, oh, okay. It's like a squid jellyfish thing. And yeah, the characters, Jake Gyllenhaal, you maybe get the most character out of him because there's a scene where he says he's been out there the longest and he doesn't really miss Earth. He likes the hum of the spaceship. He likes the air in the spaceship. He likes it up there. That's pretty much it. The other characters don't really give much. That's why I call the guy the black guy, because nothing else to him. The Asian guy who his wife gave birth, and then two women. And then, wait, Jay Gyllenhaal, Asian guy, black guy, two women, and then Ryan Reynolds. And like I said, Ryan Reynolds is the first to die, which sucked. It would have been nice to see him as a lead in a horror creature feature in the Vein of Leviathan, like maybe blue collar type of guy, but we can't have blue collar characters anymore. That's against the cinema law or something. Because when was the last time you saw blue collar characters in this kind of movie? I'm not saying they always have to be that, but what about, I mean, these tears were fucking boring as hell, so maybe it would have helped. The the woman who's sort of a commander or next in command, she's out in space. The thing wraps around her suit, squeezes, coolant gets in her suit, blocks her vision. She can't get in. She drowns and then floats away. Uh, the black guys get more ill and ill, and you find out it's in his suit with squeezing and feeding off him, and they get it off, and then he dies of his wounds. The Asian guy, he locks himself in a pod. It tries to get in. Uh, he gets out, trying to get out. Jake Gyllenhaal and the other girl, they try to get him, but the creatures don't attack them. So the Asian guy self-sacrifice, and the far away you see it's fucking his mouth hole. That's what it looks like. So that's what I say. Then the two come up with a plan. We gotta these two escape pods. Jake Gyllenhaal's going to get the creature in his, and the girl's going to get home. But this is a horror movie of today, and movies in general today of this type, they gotta put a twist in it. So even if I didn't label this spoilers, you probably know where the ending's going because most of the time it's going to end on a downbeat mode. Most of the time. Or there's going to be some kind of twist. You think it's dead? It's not really dead. You think it's this? It's not really this. So, you're supposed to think that, oh, Jake Gyllenhaal and the creature are going to space while the woman is going to Earth. Nope. When the water on Earth and the ocean, some fishermen, oh, there's Jake Gyllenhaal with this gunk on him. I don't know why there's gunk on him. I don't know what the creature's doing. I guess the creature's so smart that it's letting Jake Gyllenhaal alive so that people will, oh, he's in trouble. Let's open up the capsule. I guess. I don't know how the creature would grow that smart, but okay. Um, and then it's the poor, the woman. She's out in space and she's going to die. And I'm guessing Jake Gyllenhaal is going to die. Otherwise, he'll just tell everybody what's happening. So I'm guessing he's trapped there. So once it kills the fisherman, it'll just kill Jake Gyllenhaal. So he's screwed. And then, like, you have this mean-spirited, downbeat ending, and then the credits start with ba-da, ba-dun da dun da dun ba-da, da-da, da 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 in the spirit in the sky. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is so out of place. Like, oh, that's the point, maybe. It's such a downbeat, but here's such an upbeat song about spirit in the sky. But dun 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 dun. It's just inappropriate. And I can see why this film did not do well, because there's nothing to it that you haven't seen in lower budgeted and better movies. Like, I see movies like this, it makes me love movies like that one more, Leviathan, because that was a slow burn. But the creature I found more interesting. Yeah, it's a bit more like The Thing, but that's more interesting than this fucking jellyfish looking, squid looking motherfucker. The characters are more personality, like Ernie Hudson or Richard Crenna or Daniel Stern, let alone Peter Weller. You have memorable lines of dialogue. Say, ah, motherfucker, I know you've gone through hell. Gone, bitch, we're still here. The music by Jared Goldsmith, I can't remember the fucking music in this movie. I dare anyone to remember it without having to look it up. I can remember the music to that. I can remember the music to this. Can anyone? The It's not like it's the worst movie ever. It's just a boring, nothing movie. If you're steered by the movie, okay. I saw nothing suspenseful or scary about it. I saw nothing creepy about it. You're in this plain-looking space station. Metal and pods and more metal. The environment wasn't creepy. The characters, there's not much intriguing about it other than I like Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds as actors. Ryan Reynolds didn't have much to do. In the first 40 minutes, he appears sometimes, and then he's the first to die. I'm sure if you saw the trailers, most of the shit he was in the trailer you saw in the movie. The other characters were nothing. I can't remember a single damn thing about the other characters. Like the female, like commander or second commander. I can't remember. The Asian guy, all I remember is that his wife gave a baby. Gave a baby. She gave birth to a baby. As opposed to giving birth to something else. She gave birth. I literally just told you the whole movie. There's nothing I left out. There's nothing I left out of the film. And even like the special features, I watched on the Blu-ray. They're making all this big deal about how smart this thing is, and about how, oh, we can't treat things so poorly because they'll bite us on the ass. They don't say it that way, but what would have happened if we nurtured it? That's not even in the fucking movie. Any of that bullshit, because all that happened was the guy fucked up. Not by being mean, not by being rude. It was a simple mistake. He was too sleepy, the black guy. It's not like he was being rude and mean and an asshole. And then it looked dead, so they had like a little shock thing. And they got pissed and broke his fucking fingers. And then the little shit was an asshole. And then when Ryan Reynolds come in, of course he's going to try to kill it. It broke every one of a guy's motherfucking fingers. It's like, here's a bee that keeps stinging you. Oh, okay, don't try to kill it. I'm gonna let it fucking sting me again. Give me a fucking break, man. With this whole... It's bullshit. Oh, If you wanted to do that, then you should have done it a different way. There's other ways you could have done that. With... You don't even show much of the intelligence other than it sprouted a little thing and touched the black guy's finger. That's really all it did. That didn't show a tremendous amount of intelligence. Like, oh, look at that. Even throughout the rest of the film, I don't know, the creature wasn't much to run home about. The characters aren't much to run home about. I didn't find a single bit that was close to being scary or suspenseful. And critics were giving this the pass. Yet they give a film like Leviathan shit. Yeah, I'd rather watch The Terror Within or Deep Star 6 or Creature from the 80s, which is low budget but more fun. There's many other alien ripoff movies I would give credit to than Life. More like Lifeless. It's what the fuck it should have been called. And that's really the perfect way to review the film. It's a lifeless movie. There's not much energy to it, and it's competently directed. The acting's not bad. The effects are not horrible. But yeah, you're a competently made, boring movie with a shitty ending. Even if it had, okay, even if it had a positive ending, let's say the good guys won, I still wouldn't recommend the movie because I'm like, wow, that was a really boring film with nothing to it, with a boring creature. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree, but teach their own, I guess. But I'm glad it bombed. Didn't deserve it. Because, yeah, it sucks that we can't do good creature features, but that doesn't mean I'm going to fucking love shitty ones. But, you know, that's subjective. That's just my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.